Singapore, food is viewed as crucial to its national identity and its unifying cultural thread. It tells a story of who we are. Today I'm meeting Chef Benjamin Sek, known as Baba Bin, founder and chef of True Blue Cuisine, an award-winning restaurant serving Peranakan cuisine. Well, it's so nice to be here in this restaurant, True Blue, you know.
Yes, yes.
Now, you were into Peranakan heritage for a long, long time, because before you started food, you also had a floral business,
Right.
and then you also collect a lot of heritage stuff, you know. Now, what happened and then suddenly you decided to start a restaurant?
Okay, basically, I do all things Peranakan, since from flowers to kebayas to beaded shoes. Anything that Peranakan, even I sell old jewelry. People will trade old jewelry to us, and we will sell old jewelry, the Peranakan jewelry. Yeah. Then we decided to do food where we are offered to go to Katong together with STB to promote Peranakan culture in Katong. So we were there for about 4 years before we moved down to Armenian Street, where the Peranakan Museum first picked us to be the official restaurant for the museum. So we are proudly stand here now already about 16 years at Armenian Street. Yeah, time flies. Yeah.
Yes. But what about the flavor?
The flavor, I can say almost 80 to 90% the same, because I don't change the ingredients, the recipe. You know, only the way I cook is different. So the meat, of course, the meat, the modern way of cooking, the meat will be more soft, more tender than the old-fashioned way. Because old-fashioned way, when you cook, you use slow fire. You know, you use charcoal to cook, so you get the meat a bit like rendang. Some people like the rendang very chewy. You know, and you know when you tear the meat, you can see strain of meat. But some people like very soft, melt in the mouth. So the modern way of cooking, where you can get the melt in the mouth style.
Now, another important part about your cooking or your cuisine is that you don't use pork and you don't use lard.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Always Peranakan food, people say that, no, you must use pork.
Yeah.
No pork, that means not Peranakan food, not
right.
authentic. But actually, to me, it's not that. Not because I don't serve pork, I say that. Because very importantly is the rempah. It's very important, and how you prepare the rempah. That gives the flavor, not the meat. The meat is just subjective, what meat you like. Why we don't serve pork and lard? Because we have a lot of Muslim guests that dine in here who love, and we want to share our Peranakan food to them. So this is why we cut away our pork and lard.
I see. You know, you really make me very excited about what you're going to prepare today. So, Chef, what are you going to prepare for us today?
Okay, today I'm preparing this dish, right? This dish is a very traditional dish that we use for ancestor worship. And normally this dish we must cook for Chinese New Year Eve to offer to our ancestor. Then after that, we use it for our reunion. Okay, and this dish we call it Itek Sio. It's a very traditional dish and hard to prepare, but I modified it into today cooking. Very easy, no oil using, don't even dirty your kitchen.
Oh,
yes.
So how different it's going to be?
The taste in the pudding, later you try.
Oh, wow. Join me.
Okay, out from the oven. So we can open up. Careful, it's hot, yeah. Okay, ready. Itek Sio. Well, the taste in the pudding. Now you must
Okay.
try it. Yeah.
Now we will try. Come, we must share this
Try,
together.
try.
The skin is so soft
Very tender, right?
and tender. Look at that.
Right.
It
See?
breaks easily. The flavor is still the same.
Still the same like the old-fashioned style, right?
The sweetness, the
Yes.
sourness, and I must say that the texture of this duck,
It melts in the mouth, right? It's soft, right?
this is something very modern, and yet it's got the old heritage taste in
Right.
it.
That's very
Yeah.
important. Very modified of this restaurant. When I teach younger chefs that want to learn Peranakan
Yes.
cooking, right? I always tell them, say, you can modify the food, but don't modify the taste.
Yes.
The taste you cannot modify because you need to keep the original taste. So
Yeah.
for generation to generation, people can taste what is the original taste of
That's
their
right.
food.
The preservation is very important.
Very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there you have it. This beautiful dish done in the style of Chef Benjamin Sek. And I'm so glad I had the opportunity of seeing him prepare this wonderful dish. Please come to True Blue and you have the chance to sample so many other Peranakan dishes, all heritage food. This is CityJo Belinda, working with Sunshine for Singapore One.